Hey, what is going on, bros and pros? It's MrLime in HD here, and welcome to another drinks review. First of all, if you want to save 10% discount on X Gamer products, don't forget to use code MrLime. Or if you want to save 10% discount on XiTE energy products, don't forget to use code ByElliot. Both of the links and the codes will be in the description below. So today we are viewing Rockstar's new 25% more caffeine, 25% more taste variant of the Tropical Guava. So I got this particular can out of Tesco's because it's not price marked to 99p, but it was still 99p because Rockstar seem to always do their drinks at 99p, which is good. They've still kept the price down, unlike Monster or something in Red Bull. So I got this one out of Tesco. So yeah, 25% more taste and more caffeine. That's a really interesting thing. There is also a couple other flavors of these 25% more taste. There's an X-Durance Blueberry Pomegranate Acai one, which I'll be doing. That'll be in the description when it's done. And there's also a original 25% more taste as well, which I'll put in the description below as well. So yeah, they bring up 3 of these new edition ones. It'll be interesting to see what they actually come out with. So before we go any further with that drink, we all remember this one was the original. So this was the original Tropical Guava. Now, I'm sure this one was the most, if not one of the most, sugariest energy drinks on the planet. This used to contain, okay, and this will shock you, 15.6 grams of sugar per 100 ml. And this total can used to contain 78 grams of sugar. I can't even say anything about that. That's ridiculous. So this has obviously been half the sugar because of the sugar tax, like all the Rockstar drinks. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out. So let's give you guys a full 360 of the can. So for the most part, we have kind of the same usual purpley design, shiny purpley design, what the Tropical Guava generally comes in, or what it used to be in on the old can. As it is a 25% more taste variant, we have that around the top there. We have the 200 milligrams of caffeine in front of you, but of course you still have the kind of usual Rockstar star and the logo and stuff on the side with it saying punched. We have some other bits down the side, they say like ginseng, guava, B vitamins, your usual. Just some ingredients and stuff on the back, which we'll get to in a second. On the bottom we have nothing, and on the top everything is all standard and silver, apart from the pouring, which is in black. I wish they would have kept it in black because it looks so much better. But anyways, we'll just ignore that. So looking at the back of the can, so there's a couple of stars next to 25% more taste, and down here it says versus previous recipe. So, well, it's going to be tough going from almost 80 grams of sugar down to 25 grams of sugar in here. And speaking of sugar, this one contains 4.9 grams of sugar per 100 ml, and the total amount of sugar is 25 grams. So that is a hell of a drop of sugar. We have niacin, vitamin B6, B12, no pantothenic acids. We've seen that less and less these days in drinks. Let's see, so what sweeteners does it have? It has sucralose and acetylene. Okay, so no aspartame, which is good. Caffeine content is on the higher side of 40 milligrams per 100 ml, so it's 8 milligrams higher than the average, which is generally 32. But will that extra 8 milligrams be the difference between you winning the Olympics or not? I don't think so. And apart from that, like I said, there's not much else interesting on the can. So 25% more taste versus a previous flavour. So that's a pretty hard statistic to come by, I guess, because did they test 1,000 people and they all agreed it was 25% more? Why not 30% more? Why not 20% more? I don't know, but I will find out. So it's nice and cold. I have got a cup, got my MrLime HD review cup. Let's get straight into it. So it has been ages since I did have the original Guava because of the amount of sugar. I almost never drank it, unfortunately, but it was nice when I did drink it, very nice. But it was very, very sweet. In fact, I'll put the link to that drinks review, the old flavour, in the description as well, so you guys can watch that. But anyways, so I'm guessing the colour, I think this was a purpley colour. I mean, I guess I'm going to pick purple, but I really can't remember what colour it was. It was definitely a fruity colour. The smell and taste, well, we'll have to find out with the reduced sugar. And this doesn't want to, oh, there we go, I got it. Right, hopefully it doesn't explode over me. There we go, lovely. Okay, so yeah, it was pinky purpley colour. Right, put that to one side. So the bubbles are fairly small in it. Not, I'd say there's quite a few bubbles on the side. It has a fair amount of bubbles on the side. quite a lot of foam on top, and the foam's taking a little while to go. I mean, it almost looks like blackcurrant juice, doesn't it? That literally looks like fizzy blackcurrant juice, wouldn't you say? But yeah, the colour is indeed, it is a little bit see-through, albeit it is cloudy. So yeah, it's a little bit cloudy, but you can kind of see through it a little bit. You can see my hand. And it is, yeah, it's definitely a more on the pinky side than purpley. I say, yeah, it's pinky, definitely a light pink, but a dull light pink, not like a, you know, like a bright pink, like a, I don't know, like a pink t-shirt or something, for example. It's definitely on the lighter side. But yeah, so I couldn't smell it while pouring it out, so let's give it a closer smell now. Doesn't smell that strong. I could smell that kind of flavour, like that kind of, I'd say not almost guava flavour, but I'm trying to think my head back to kind of like Rubicon guava in a way. But to be honest, like I said, because the old one was so sugary, I really can't remember what it was like. But yeah, it does have kind of just a generic tropical smell, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's not that strong a smell either. Yeah. Okay. But nevertheless, guys, let's taste some. Interesting. Interesting. So immediately, yes, it is nowhere near as sugary and as sweet as the old one. That one can just go die with the amount of sugar it's got in it. That can just stay to one. That can just stay to one side. But straight away, it's all right. It's actually not bad at all. I'd say it's actually, it still seems like fairly sweet for what it is, even though it's the reduced, even though it's the reduced sugar version. It definitely feels like it's still got quite a bit of good sweetness in it. And again, whether that's the sweeteners they've put in there, I don't know, but they've definitely got their good, the punch tropical guava blend in that, because like I said, I have reviewed one of the other 25% more taste, more flavour drinks, and that was about medium sweetness, but this one seems to be a tad on the sweeter side than the other one. But I guess because this is a fruity one, whereas the other one was not a fruity one, it was an original blend, or like a standard flavour original, so I say. So I guess the kind of fruit flavours in this seem to make this more sweet, which is good, because then you can keep the sugar down, but you can keep like the sweetness up within the drink. So like I said, that still seems fairly sweet, but it's not syrup sweet. It's like, it seems like it's sugar sweet, but not syrup, if that makes sense. Even though it's lower on sugar, it seems sugary sweetener. But again, I guess that's because of having the kind of tropical flavour inside there. I mean, I could kind of see how it has a resemblance, yeah, that's the word, resemblance of kind of the old tropical guava. And again, I know it's been a while since I drank that, but it's just, it has vague in my head how it used to taste, and it still kind of has got that tropical guava taste from what it used to be, but it is not like the original. Whether it's better or not, I don't know, because drinking the other one was like just drinking like diabetes in a can, or it was, you know, but it just felt so good to drink because the amount of sugar, it was like a treat. But I'd almost say this is like a sugar-free version of the old one, because of how sugary the old one was. But yeah, like I was saying, the good amount of sweetness in it, but the flavour itself, like I say, it kind of resembles the old one, but it's tricky to explain because tropical are kind of all mixed in together, and then you've got, it says tropical guava. It's like, how can guava be tropical? That doesn't make sense, but obviously it's tropical guava. It doesn't make sense. But so you kind of got more to the end of the drink. You kind of got like the guava kind of in the background, kind of towards the end of the drink. But so when you first drink it, you get that sweetness, but just a kind of generic tropical sweet flavour. Fizzy. Doesn't mean that's bad. Like, it's nice. It's a nice tropical, but I can't pinpoint to what actually the tropical flavour is hitting, because it's a mixture of flavours. And then before that guava kicks in, kind of towards the end of the drink, you're kind of puzzled as to what the actual tropical is, but it's nice. That's not a bad thing. Let me try some out the can. Yeah, you got that tropical and sweet, and then that kind of guava aftertaste. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. Now, I guess Oh, as well, there's no, even though it's saying reduced sugar, there's no like weird chemical tastes or weird kind of artificial taste or anything like that. It does taste quite good in terms of that. It's a little bit a bit sweet at the beginning, but yeah, that's interesting. But like I said, whether it's 20, I said this earlier in the video, whether it's 25% specifically more taste, I really don't know. That's a really awkward figure for him to kind of advertise. Like, I'd love to see some of the other brands say, my drink is 37.5% better. Like, it's a really weird figure. How on earth did they come up with 25% better versus premium mixture? I really don't get that, because if you're asking me how much better it is than the original, well, I definitely won't come up with a figure of 25%. I'll probably just be like, well, it's not as sweet or the flavour's not as strong. I wouldn't come up with a specific percentage. But yeah, it's just interesting that they've really said that. And again, the caffeine, well, again, that doesn't really make a difference in the long run, does it? But yeah, interesting. But overall, still nice. And I mean, yeah, I can certainly start drinking these again because they're reduced sugar. And I always did like the original, but as to sugar, as I already said, this will be in the description below as well. So yeah, that does get a thumbs up for me. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.